All right, guys, exciting day for me. I want to go over one of the most often asked questions. How do you set your boat up? What electronics do you run on your boat? You know, what sonars, transducers, all those different things. So I'm going to walk through mine really quick. I've got a Lowrance HDS Pro 16, and then I have two HDS Pro 10s. I run 3 units for the reason of I want this big 16-inch screen looking forward. I want one of these 10 inches in my mapping and 2D sonar, and then I've got this unit over here that I can run on scout mode, or I can also use it to use my active imaging 3-in-1 transducer off the back, so I can look side to side on this unit. I have a lot of options with this setup, all mounted on the Bass Boat Technologies mount. Really a key mount to this on my Lowrance Ghost. I will put the scout mode transducer here on the front looking forward. I will put my forward facing sonar transducer right here. I don't have them hooked up right now because I'm about to put the cover on it because it's raining outside, but that is my setup in the front. Power pole buttons right here, Lowrance Ghost. I can configure these buttons on my Lowrance Ghost to waypoint, to constant on, a lot of different ways you can configure these other buttons right here, and they all are integrated into my depth finders. I can actually operate this trolling motor sitting back here at the console. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here on the console, I've got the same thing, but these are 12-inch screens, two HDS Pro 12s. I like to operate this one with my mapping and my just down sonar. I would adjust the splits. This is a brand new boat. I'd bring those splits over really simple by hitting the power button and adjusting those splits. Now I just see how deep, and I've got my big map over here on the side. I got this side over here. I would have side imaging and down scan. Obviously, we're not reading anything. I don't have it in demo mode. Another thing that I do at times is I would run this screen with my side imaging on the bottom, but I would make this one right only. And then I'd come over here and I might make another new screen, and I'd put my sonar, put my chart, put my side scan, and I'd go to this little menu button right there, put my side scan down at the bottom, and then adjust the splits again. We'll do it real quick. I know I'm going through this pretty quick. I like setting it like that, and then make this one left only. So now I'm looking out to the left here, looking out to the right here. Kind of a neat little way to make those a little bit bigger. But all these are connected to my trolling motor. I could hit this button right here, and it's not turned on right now, but if my trolling motor was turned on, I can actually drive my boat sitting here at the console. A great feature, you know, being a captain of a high school fishing team, you know, letting those kids up there, especially the junior high kids, helping them maneuver in and out of docks. But this is a really good setup, again, with the Bass Boat Technologies mount. These are also integrated into my Z-Touch system. I can control all my live wheels, lights, all those things from it. Also control my audio and can control my mercuries all through my depth finder. So there's lots of little neat things you can do there to control your whole boat. And I'll also be able to see my batteries. Optima batteries will be able to talk right there to these units also, which is a cool feature to know exactly the state of charge you're at any time. But one of the questions we get asked all the time, where do you put those active target boxes? It's real simple. I've got them right here in the back wall of my rod storage, you know, on the starboard side of the boat. I've also got my Sirius XM radio link right there. It's just a great place to mount it up off the bottom. Don't ever have to worry about it getting wet. All right, let's move to the back. Such an important part of these boats now with all these electronics, with these active targets, is having ample power. I've got 5 batteries back here, 3 trolling motor, 2 cranking batteries. Really important. You know, I run these Optima lithiums. A great reason for running them is they have a NEMA system that hooks up directly to my Lowrances. So if you're at a sight fishing event and you're running your trolling motor on wide open, it'll tell you exactly how many hours you can run it. If you cut it down to 80%, then your hours go up. You know how fast, how long you can run your batteries or run your trolling motor throughout the day. Same thing with your electronics. It's really cool having those batteries hooked up into my NEMA system of my electronics. So the lithium batteries here, you know, take some weight away. I've got direct power to my active target boxes, and I've got Perco switches there that disconnects that power. There's no interference going through the master power of the boat. But that's my setup. I do have a 2D sonar puck mounted down in the bottom of the boat. Really important to get that, you know, sanded down, mounted good, so it's good and flush, so you can go, you know, high speeds, and that still has a good reading. So really important to have good batteries, good cables, good connections to get that good, clear picture that we all want on our forward-facing sonar. All right, so I'm going to shut this, and then I'm just going to show you real quick where I mount my 3-in-1 transducer in the back. Okay, so when you get back here, this is my 3-in-1 active imaging transducer. It looks down, it looks to the side. Really a key component to it. I've got my temp probe right here. That's important also, you know, to have your temp probe. Just a good place to have it. You know, you'll see some people mount them to your jack plate. The reason I like mine down here at this level is the lower I can get it in the water, the faster I can idle. The higher it is in the water, the slower you got to idle to get a good picture. And that's my setup for 2025. I hope it gives you some ideas on how to set your boat up to have a great fishing season.